Hello, everybody. Let me prop this phone. My brain right now is literally shit. I've been working on this for, uh, this is my fourth day and I've gotten shit for sleep. I tried making a video explaining everything and I fucked it up. I keep mumbling. I don't want people thinking that a dumbass investigated this. I probably need some sleep and I will make a better video, but 300,000 kids a year die. See? 300,000 kids per year in the United States alone go missing. 300,000 go missing. Okay? There's a problem. And there's a couple reasons why I felt motivated to jump in on this. For one, I have a 9-year-old. For two, everyone was fingering the wrong guy in the post and shit. And if you are already sitting in jail, I'm not defending the guy's character. He's very deplorable. Everything's up in, all the info is there. You'll remember him. He's a peach from 3 months ago. If his family watches this, hey. They're fingering the wrong guy for pedophilia, though. So, and he's sitting in jail. Do the dots. Someone says something to the wrong person, this guy gets his. So, not defending his character, but I'm not going to let guilty people go because there was a lot of people fingering the wrong guy. He doesn't even have the right tattoos. And if you did your math, if you connected your dots, you would go see that Juan Serna, if you look up the other guy, and all the screenshots you keep taking of him in jail and shit, and how long ago those screenshots were, and you're saying he's sitting in jail, so how do you do this crime then if he's out? Okay. Basically, hold on, I might pause to get my bearings. So if you were to actually go back and look up that story and look up the booking number, it's a different name. It's not hard. It's not hard to connect these dots, and you guys can seriously hurt someone. Like, I want pedophiles. I'm a normal guy. I have two daughters, okay? And my job as a man is to get them to 18, not raped, with their virginity. That's my job, okay? I got a 17-year-old now, and I got 9 years to go on the other one. I think I'm doing a good job so far. So, and that's another thing. To anyone who thinks I'm trying to defend a pedophile, fuck you, you could come get it, because it's not about that. It's about a crazy story no one would ever believe. A story based on fact that I'm going to tell you. I will be pausing, though, because the video I tried making, I kept mumbling, and I'd rather just pause and get my bearings. So the third reason why I got into it was not only because that guy was about to get fingered and shit, and it's the wrong guy, and like I said, if you do your math, that he was arrested 3 months ago. How could he have did a crime a couple days ago? It doesn't make sense. So, and I wanted to defend the mother of the 9-year-old, because there was 2 screenshots, and I personally know passive mothers, like soccer mom type moms, that'll sit there and act passively and still go to the police. And that was another thing that I thought was ignorant of people. Like, come on, people. Don't be sheeple, people. It never said on the message, you're a horrible monster. I'm not going to the police. I'm keeping this to myself. It never said that. She passively reacted, calling him a monster, saying, I hate you. It does not mean she didn't go to the police. I wanted to defend that, too. So those are the 3 reasons I got into it. Plus, I have a 9-year-old, and plus, I've done things myself. I've had my own run-ins with a pedophile, and he's behind bars. So, one of them. And when I was a kid, there was an incident with my family. I'm not going to get into it and shit. It's a long story, but we all did a little bit of time in CYA and shit because someone did something to my family member. So, I'm not for pedophilia. I'm not here to protect a pedophile. I'm here to potentially clear a story that is crazy, because social media is crazy, you know? Let me pause this and get the next point. Okay, so I can't remember off the top of my head exactly, but I was in the comment section because another reason why I didn't want to make a video is because my face is all broken out. I have to wear a suction cup mask at my work. So, but I was in the comments and it looked fishy. It looked like she was still dating Juan Serna after he did what he did. So I was like, I jumped to conclusions like everyone else did. And I was like, hey, what the fuck's going on? I commented to this girl, Bianca, which she'll come up later in the story. And I said, your friend's, harboring a pedophile and shit. And that's when Serena Gee's cousin contacted me. Serena Gee being Emily Bolio. This is who this story is about. An evil succubus who literally sucks men up to dry. If you're not going to be with her, she wants your life to end. And that's what she's doing to Juan Serna right now, people. She did it to the father of her kids who has custody. He had to face, he had to go through a bunch of shit. It is insane. This guy doesn't even have social media because of her. This guy has had to see a counselor. This guy has had mental damage because of her. And from what everyone says, it progresses. It gets worse and worse every time. It gets worse and worse every time. So what's next? She's going to poison the next one? She's going to murder the next one? This one's in jail for this one, not pedophilia, sorry. Public opinion pedophilia, because pedophilia is nowhere in police reports. Pedophilia is nowhere anywhere. In public opinion pedophilia, so he could get killed later, and being charged with this domestic violence right now. That's what's happening right now. So, let me get this next one. So her cousin hits me up next. Compost Ray Ray. Now, Compost Ray Ray, Emily Bolio as well. Trust me, this is a tangled web she's weaved, and it's taken me 4 days to piece everything together. Well, 3 days, but I wasn't allowed to say anything because there was a pending CPS case today over her 2 children with her ex-man, and the family asked me not to blow this shit out the water until today, so I had to respect their wishes. And so sorry about that, but we have to respect the family. So when she hits me up, this is how I know it's fake. The pictures from Compost Ray Ray. Now Ray is a real girl, and Ray is the girlfriend of the father who has custody of the kids now. So she's a real girl, and her pictures were ripped off to make this Compost Ray Ray. Okay? Now, I talked to Compost Ray Ray on the phone. Let me just connect this dot right now for you. And we have video of her. You can see it up there. And when the grandmother heard the voice, she goes, "That's Emily." Okay? I heard the voice. Okay? And when I talked to, we'll get to this later, the alleged 9-year-old mothers, when I talked to her on the phone, guess what? Guess what? Same exact voice. Same fucking voice. Okay? So when she hit me up, you already read the post. It's up there. 2 victims, 2 children. This is what happened. And I said, how did he get access to the 9-year-old? Because at this time, the 9-year-old's mom wanted to remain anonymous, and I wanted to respect that, okay? Because there was no 9-year-old mom. So she said, hold on, let me see. So she said that the 9-year-old's mom and Juan Serna were boyfriend and girlfriend, and that he was a stepdad situation, and that's how he had contact to rape her. Later on, she contradicts herself and says, well, we were roommates, but Emily was boyfriend and girlfriend with him. Emily was boyfriend and girlfriend with him. Okay? How was he boyfriend and girlfriend with both unless they had some menage a trois shit going on, which she said wasn't the case when I called her on it. And then she just didn't respond. So, first she says that that's how he got access to the 9-year-old. And, we were all roommates. Serena the 9-year-old's mom, who her name is Crystal, and Juan Serna, and that he also raped Serena's kid in common. Okay? Now, let me jump. I'm going to jump forward and then back to it again. So, just a sec. So when the 9-year-old's mom hit me up, she said that Emily got her ass beat and that Crystal, the one that hit me up's daughter, was raped. And that nothing happened to their kid in common, the third kid, who their family can't find. So she said nothing happened to Serena's kid, right? Then she turns around and says, well, did you ever think about what happened? What he did to their kid? And I have screenshots where she says that he did something to their kid. So first she says nothing happened to that kid. Then she says something did happen to that kid. And mind you, there is no kid. There is no third kid. CPS has confirmed this to, well, I'm not supposed to say one of the people, but Juan Serna's sister. It has been confirmed to her that there is no there is no kid, because she claimed there was a baby to Juan. They wanted to find out where the baby was, and of course, naturally, you want contact with your family. And then she made up this story about how the baby died at the hospital. They go to the hospital. There's no record of her ever being there. There's no record of a baby. Now, all of a sudden, that dead baby's alive again? How? How can a dead baby raise, what? So I just had to jump to that and then jump back to the story. I'm going to have to get off for a second, let my phone charge. Or you know what? I'll have to flip it sideways or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Give me a sec. Okay, I'll pause it. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that quick contradiction and knock something else off the list. But jumping back to where I was at, they asked me to release a post, which is up there. You can read it, clearing the story, saying there was 2 victims. And that's another thing. She says nothing happened, right? So how come she approved a post where I said there was 2 children victims? So, and she claims that, oh, where did she ever say her kid? No, not on the post directly to me. And she said, and I tripped you up in it. So, and Crystal, by the way, come on, let's get real. Emily Bolio is all of them. We'll get to it, but there is no kids. There's no kids. So, oh yeah, that's where we were at. So, let me get back to that. Emily claims that she has 3 kids. So, her first 2 kids, the ex has custody of. We talked about that. She claims there's a kid between her and Juan Serna. Juan's family tried to figure this out. Dead baby. Now it's alive. There's no baby. And here's the deal. I caught her, you will find it up there, I caught her taking a picture from Bianca's page from 3 years ago and trying to pass it off as her own baby. Okay? I'm going to keep looking at myself instead of the camera. So, there is no baby. There is no 9-year-old. There is no mother of the 9-year-old. It's all Emily Bolio. So I post the post, and the grandmother, Renee Vaughn, keeps seeing it. She keeps trying to get the truth out. She keeps trying to tell everyone. She's like, hey, this isn't the truth. This is not what's happening. If you only knew this girl and everything. And so you got to understand, I tore them all down. I got to the bottom of it. You'll see my messages. I don't take no shit. And hey, I got mad. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're Emily's first boyfriend's mother. You need to get over her. And by the grace of God, because she blocked me, and I thank God. I have to pause this for a sec. So she unblocks me to send me 2 more messages, and thank God I message her real quick before she unblocks me, or blocks me again. I say, hey, don't block me. Let's talk. Let's figure this out. Okay? Thank God. It's like, I don't know what you believe in, but it seems like it was meant to be, because I found and provided, and she's a little computer illiterate, so she needed my help. So I found all the pieces, and her son's not on Facebook, so he doesn't know what's going on. I find all the pieces. Or sorry, that's not what I meant to say. Thank God, because I had all the pieces she needed for the CPS case, and she had all the pieces I needed to blow this fake story out of the water. So we linked together, and we both have been in contact with the detective, Danny Alvarez. You could look that up yourself. Everything's everywhere. So, he's a Ventura detective, and let me get to the next piece. So the next day, the grandmother tells me everything, blows it out the water. It's a fucking crazy story of how she just washes these guys up and goes to the next, what she put her son through, how hard it's been, how she doesn't even have custody of her own kids and she could only do video visits. So here's the thing. She said this happened days ago, okay? There is no baby. There is no other third living child. She said this happened days ago. The last time she had a visit with her daughter, she lied to get certain stipulations cleared to see her daughter 3 months ago. When that happened, Juan Serna was present, but is unclear if he ever touched the kid. They asked her. She doesn't act weird about it. She doesn't act normal. And the sickest part about this is she's affecting her own kid. She's dragging her kid through this because now they have to take that kid to a pediatrician to get her checked out. That affects your kid, that this doctor's spreading your legs to check your fucking hymen. You're putting your child through that. You're putting your children through this. You're making them suffer more. It's not bad enough they don't have a mom, but now they have to fucking suffer more. So, they blow the whole thing out the water, so I repost. I'm like, hey man, there's no kids. There's no 9-year-olds. So, here's the deal. The 9-year-old's mom was remaining silent. Later on, she hits me up. Oh, here I am, right? I critique the shit out of her. It's just, I know it's Emily. I'm talking to Emily. She calls me. It's the same voice from Compost Ray Ray. Same voice from the video that we have where the grandmother heard the voice and said that's Emily. It's the same exact voice. You could tell it's a little white girl trying to be a chola. Smiley loca. So, it's the same exact voice. So, it does look mean on there because she's saying that if I blow her conversation out of the water that she will lose protection, but that's not true. I mean, she is in protection. Emily Bolio is in protection for the domestic violence, and she needs to be in prison. Yeah, this girl's a regular Luca Mignata, I swear. If you've never seen Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix, go check it out. Same human being. Okay. I guess we can move on to me talking to Crystal. So Crystal gives me all this fake information. She comes out of nowhere, says she only wants to come out to one person, doesn't want her name out, but yet she comes out of nowhere and tells everyone, oh, I have this report. You could just get at me for it. Okay, so I hit her up. She's living out of a shoebox. She doesn't have much, so it's not a packed shoebox. And she can't find this report she has. So she sends me 2 things that have nothing to do with it. A domestic violence paper, yes, that doesn't prove pedophilia, doesn't prove child sexual assault of 2 kids that don't exist. Okay? So we're talking, and I'm like, okay, Emily. All right, Emily, She says, all right, I'll get the report tomorrow. I'll go to the police station. So I find out that she lives 2 blocks from the police station. She says, I'll go to the police station. I'm sorry, but if you write a handwritten police report, you're not going to go to the police station and say, hey, can I get that police report? They're going to hand you a copy with a police report up at the top. They're not going to give you your handwritten copy back. Sorry. So then she pops up 6 hours later with a handwritten copy. I could go to the police station right now and get a police report and handwrite it. Doesn't make it real. Doesn't mean it happened. Doesn't mean that there was really a 9-year-old who was raped. So, especially when the man was here. The sister and Juan have given up their phone to the detective. The day it happened, He was in Reno, Nevada, and hours before it happened, he was donating plasma at Biomat. How the fuck can you make it all the way down to Ventura, California? It's bullshit. Okay, so on top of the fake report, Crystal gives out fake pictures of some beat up children, which I would really like some people to Google that shit and find out where those came from, because here's the thing. She says, okay, the 9-year-old's mother, there's a kid that looks around, not 9, trust me, my kid's 9, that kid's way younger than 9, and she's white with blondish, gingerish looking hair. How did a Mexican girl and a Mexican man have that? Okay, sorry. And the other thing is a boy, and the boy's older now. So first so her kids that she doesn't have custody are 3 and 4. So if her kid, that kid in that picture looks older than 3 and 4, like late 4, early 5. So late 4, early 5. So if that kid's the same kid, man, that's some crazy miracle, bro, dude. How did your baby become a full-grown little boy? And your baby's supposed to be a girl. So her third kid, so there's supposed to be a 9-year-old. There's supposed to be a 9-year-old. Okay? And then there's supposed to be a little baby girl. And then she shared pictures of her friend's baby. But now it's a little boy all of a sudden. What's happening here? Juan Serna is innocent of pedophilia or rape of any children. And he's innocent of this domestic violence shit. It's an innocent man getting sucked up by a succubus. That's what we're dealing with. That's what this is. That's what's happening. She is a catfish. She is a Luca Magnotta. She is insane. She is insane. I thought I knew fucking crazy, you know? I've had exes like this. And here's the thing, too. She shows a report. She shows a report with the Crystal name on it, but we ain't seeing reports. How come Emily, how come she ain't showing her report? Because she has a domestic violence report, right? Where are her pics? She's all beat up. Oh, she's going to see me saying this and go in the bathroom and start knocking herself against the knobs. She ain't releasing pics of her, but pics of the wrong kids. Wrong color, wrong age. Get out of here. Okay. Alright, I need to chill out a little bit now. So this woman is insane. You'll see up in there. There's a, she hired some kind of witch. I don't know what the fuck the Mexican people call it. It's like it's some kind of a spell. So she's saying that I'll pay you $200, and she's obviously pissed this lady off already. Hey, I will pay you $200 to mend my relationship, and if it doesn't work, I want the worst for him. And she sends the $200, and this lady's mad, and she sends it back. That's proof. There's the code right there. She's playing this game, all these Facebooks, all these personas, and it's her. It's her. It's all Emily Bolio. And that name stings her soul. I don't know why she hates to hear it. It's like the anti... You want to defeat her, just say her name. She's made 4 fake police reports under the name Compost Ray Ray. Okay? You're in trouble. Okay, assholes, let's talk about some problems. I will go kill a pedophile with you. We could do it in town square. I don't give a shit. I'll accept charges. What? Okay, with that being said, get your fucking facts straight. Okay, I am down to smother a pedophile. I'm not down for not only one innocent man to go down, but 2 innocent men. Now, not only did she claim he raped the 9-year-old that doesn't exist, but her kid, but the grandma thought, since the third kid doesn't exist, that she was talking about their kid, who they had a visit with 3 months ago. So she has to go through the pediatric checkup. And then she said he raped his own niece, his sister, who's out here trying to clear his name. Now the sister has to go get her child checked out by a pediatrician just to clear her brother's fucking name. So now 2 kids have to go through this shit. Do you know what a hymen check is? Okay, so now you assholes are showing up to all these addresses without any real proof, okay? I understand. We got some people who did some things too. But here's the problem. When Juan Serna turned himself in, he called and said, hey, I'm seeing all this shit on Facebook. What's going on? There's like 20 people surrounding my house. It's my elderly grandmother here and a 5-year-old. So now we're trying to protect children, people, and now you're fucking damaging one. You're mentally damaging this 5-year-old that's sitting in his house because he calls, hey, man, like my grandma's scared of getting murdered. This kid's scared. Just come pick me up. Come pick me up. Let's sort it out. I don't know what's going on, right? Nothing about sex crimes, mind you. Nothing between the detectives about sex crimes. In fact, when me and the grandmother talked to the detective, he was like, what sex crimes? What are you talking about? I need to know. Okay? Like, understand, he's wanted for domestic violence for beating her up when he wasn't even there. He didn't even do that. Juan Serna is innocent. His own gang is looking for him. This man is going to have to relocate. He already relocated from Ventura, California to get away from this crazy bitch because she's insane. But now he has to fucking relocate when he gets out of jail. He came here, tried making a rap career, doing his little gang thing, and just to prove I'm not 100% into Serdeños. So, it's not like I'm here trying to defend these people's character and what they do from a day-to-day basis. I'm trying to defend the fact that they're not pedophiles. Let me open my curtain. They're not pedophiles, and that's wrong. So, just like you want to go get the pedophile, just like me, we also got to be safe. Because how would you feel if you have a kid, right? Let's just say, this has nothing to do with it. Random story. But I have a 9-year-old daughter, right? Let's say my ex went on one of our visits. Oh, he raped her. And it never happened. And she just takes a fucking screenshot. And by the way, Save Our Children Nevada, shame, 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 shame on you. Shame, 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 shame on you. They blackballed me for getting down to the bottom of it before they even want to get to the truth. Okay? So you're damaging a child. You want to save children by fucking up these pedophiles, but now you're at this house wanting to raid it with a 5-year-old child in there scared as shit. Leave his fucking house alone. Like he ain't even there, retards. They're going to take him from Reno, home of fucking people who are just, and take him to Ventura, California. So guess what? Like, choke it up. Like, it didn't happen. We have all the proof. This bitch is psycho. She is in protective custody under domestic violence. Not Crystal. There is no 9-year-old. There is no baby. There's only 2 children. 2. And she doesn't have them. She's a horrible mother. The reason this story needs to get out, the reason I'm doing this, the reason why I care is because they're just going to wash this guy out like she washed the last one out. She's going to create 20 more fake Facebooks, and then the next guy's murder. If this time it was prison through pedophilia, or she didn't tell the police that. She's telling Facebook that to find him and judge his public character. But you'll see when the charges don't come out. And if they do come out, if there ever was a 9-year-old, and that ever does come out, then it wouldn't be Crystal's kid. Okay? There's no way. Okay? There's no doubt. There's no doubt that there is no 9-year-old, that there is no baby. She's not only all the fake pictures and all the fake shit. We're coming up on 30 minutes. I'm about to stop this shit. But she said the baby died to the fucking sister and the family of Juan Serna. Now the baby's alive again and it fucking grew 2 years old? What? Her kids are 3 and 4. How is her baby that boy? How is that 9-year-old the kid of a Mexican girl? Get the fuck real. And when Crystal's profile first hit me up, it looked like a real profile. There was content that went back to February of this year. So I think it's a fake Facebook she made, but out of nowhere, she deleted all the other shit off. So I think it's just another one of her fake Facebooks where she took a bunch of pictures of someone who's real and made it again. And we know people who have reported and told us and said, hey, she has profiles of me everywhere. She just switches the name up here and there, but she has like 3 of me. And the grandmother's told me herself she's hacked 4 of them, and she's lost 4 of them. She said she was off Facebook for years too. And if you don't believe me, Renee Vaughn's on here. The grandmother's on here. The sister's gonna be on here soon. And last but not least, Renee Vaughn. Her profile is public, and guess who is on the profile picture? Emily Bolio's only living child. Daughter, sorry. She has 2 living children, a boy and a girl. It's the only living daughter. There is no baby. And how that baby changed sexes and ages and colors. Get the fuck out of here. Have a great day. Keep your kids safe. This is some bullshit. If you don't believe anything I have to say, everything's up there. Stop head hunting this motherfucker. It should be free Juan Serna. Free Juan Serna. Free Juan Serna.